All right, it's 7 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get the regular meeting started. First order of business, the approval of board minutes from July 14th. Has everybody had a chance to read over them? Any additions or corrections?
Make a motion, we accept the previous minutes as presented.
I second that.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Old business, planning and zoning. We've got the ordinance revising labor rates. Ordinance 25-5. We did all the advertisement,
Yep.
right? So we're good. Do I have a motion to go ahead and pass ordinance 25-5?
Yeah, I make a motion, we pass ordinance 2025-5.
Second.
All right. All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none. Ordinance 25-5 will be passed, amending the labor rates for the county. The next order of business is the weed ordinance revision, and that would be ordinance 25-6. So basically from that, we've changed it from a 10-day notice to 7-day notice. And then also the height of the vegetation from 12-inch to 10-inch. Then also, let's see, did you do the continuous enforcement?
Yes, that should be the last paragraph on you.
Oh, okay, yeah. We also went ahead and done the continued enforcement where once they've been in violation, we do not have to actually mail out anything to them. We can just go ahead and do the letter on the door stating that if nothing's done, we'll be there again. Mo, do I have a motion to go ahead and approve ordinance 25-6?
Yeah, I make a motion, we approve ordinance number 2025-6.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Or none? All right, zoning violation, nuisance ordinance updates. Andrew, John, Ben, who wants to go first?
As far as we had a outstanding one that I have not got back from with since the 14th. And that had to deal with expired building permits that more than a year old.
Okay.
Working on today. Hopefully I'll get him something tomorrow and get his thoughts on it. And I guess we'll be sending it out certified. Not unless there's something else he sees different.
Okay. From contact I've had with the school, they said they did get a contractor to accept that, and then they were going to be working with you to get the utilities and the permits and all that. So I don't know, have they got with you yet?
I had not had any contact since probably somebody from their planning or somebody. I cannot think. It was a worker forum, and they was wanting to ask it what was there, and I said there was gas, there was water, there was sewer, so all of them have to be capped or removed, whatever they're choosing is going to be due. They direct us on.
Okay.
And then I also advised them we need a demolition permit from it.
All right. So they, from what I've gathered from them, they were just waiting to get a hold of you, or get stuff squared away with you. But I don't. Yeah.
Nobody official. That was just on.
All right. Well, I mean, and that was they were just telling me what their next
Okay.
step was. So I mean that.
Okay.
Andrew, did you have anything on that?
No.
Wastewater project updates, John.
Um, basically, we're down to looking at having the extra work done. Drew did submit some plans to me Friday, or just a mapping showing all of our manholes. That's confirming, so that they're anticipating next week to have a small crew, possibly 1 to 2 days a week, working on doing the smoke testing and manhole inspection. Before we do start, that we're going to get notice out to the fire department, to the sheriff's department, and try to get a notice to individual homes for the section. Firming up the date, the guy he wants to lead it was on something else right now, so he said he was a little bit out from it. So, but he thought it could possibly be next week, and I'm going to touch base with him. That's Friday. I'm going to touch base with him again this week to see if that was still the onset time for more directed for getting out notices. So that's basically it on the sewer. We don't, we did have a meeting, phone meeting. I think it was last
week, yeah.
last Thursday, possibly.
Yeah.
And again, talking with Kim was talking with the people that handled helping do the bond work and so forth, Higgins and
Yeah, it's London Woody Group, the financial advisors. They met with us, our team, and Commonwealth to just we had some questions about, we have some remaining funds left over in that wastewater from SRF. And so what we're asking is to use those funds, reallocate those funds to use up that money for some things that are needed right now in the wastewater.
the I possible equipment. One thing we approached to and asked to make sure was like a small camera system that we can launch into sewer lines. So we can inspect sewer services and stuff. Yeah, won't be able to run a 300-foot main or something, but you can get on them push cameras probably 75 to 100 feet, depending on how good or how dirty they are. Because if it's fairly clear, roller system and roll it in, it's not like the crawling wheel type and everything. It's but it's still a good asset or be a good tool for us for doing inspections.
And I think you're working with Drew on some of the things that are needed, and then we'll just get those approved through the SRF. Yeah.
Yes, he was going to approach him to. He kind of did already, and got the feeling that as long as it is equipment, tools, or repairs along the type of what we was doing, SRF is agreeable with it. And we still need to order some what we call saucers, which is going in the top of manholes that are not. The newer manholes have an O-ring. When you set the lid down, it sets on the O-ring. It stops a lot of infiltration through the lids. The old ones had the dog ears. You've seen that. Well, you pop these up, and there's like a styrofoam type of, not styrofoam, it's a hard plastic, and it's got a foam edging on it, and it drops in. You sit down, and that pretty well seals it down. It ain't going to say 100%, but you're going to. One of them standing under an inch of water. I remember inch of water over one of the manholes can put 17 gallons a minute. So if you got a street in it or a low area was going in, so if you have them in, you can save yourself a lot of infiltration.
Community crossing grant.
Still waiting on them to just announce time. JBI's got to be here first. I know they have come in and filmed all the roadways that's going to be work done in. That's part of the agreement, part of the work to be done prior, and they've got that done. He sent me a link. I haven't viewed it. I've seen the streets enough. Anyhow, he has viewed, they have viewed and filmed it and submitted them on. But JBI's got to do the little bit of concrete work like we talked about last month, and as soon as they're done, well, then I think Rudolph will be shortly after.
Ken, the MVH additional appropriation.
Yes, so at the last meeting, you all approved for us for that extra work that we're gonna do here on Locust Street. One of the things that we have to do is we have to let the taxpayers know that we are using this money and what it's being used for. That ad went into, the legal notice went into the paper, the 30th, because it wasn't 10 days before our meeting. We're gonna have to pass it at the next meeting. So I just want to let you guys know that we'll introduce and adopt that ordinance at the September meeting.
I've got both of those, apprenticeship program.
There's really no report of anything.
Yeah, we did put the ad out there. We are taking applications. I think we set that deadline for August the 15th. Yeah, so we've been posting it on Facebook. We've put it in the newspapers. And so we just wanted to let you know where we were in that process right now. So,
Still haven't received anything thus far. No
we-
application.
We had some interest, but
Interest, yeah.
maybe one that has came in, so.
Okay.
2026 budget.
Okay, so, I have a budget workshop on Friday. I gave you all copies of the budget. You know, we don't have much to work with. We only increased our budget 3%. So, looking at our numbers from last year, I just increased some of the things that maybe we went over last year on those budget line items. So I just want to kind of give you an update on that. We'll know after that meeting if everything's approved. We'll send it in and get approval. But working with their team at DLGF for that budget workshop. Just want to kind of give you an update on that. And then we will have our public hearing will be September, and then our adoption will be in October.
That's got the old business taken care of, new business. Is there any utility updates, John?
Nothing I have to report on this time.
Ben? Oh,
Things are contract.
I have not reviewed that, but I'm glad you had it. I did not bring that with me.
All right, do you want me to?
Yeah. Basically, thank you. Every 5 years, we end up having to re-sign a contract with A&R TransCanada, who is our shipper on gas. Of course, we buy gas and ship through them. And that'll be forthcoming. And I'll try to
I feel like we just did that.
it does. It comes around so quick. It just and there's two
storage style too.
Maybe that.
well, yeah, storage and shipping's together on this one, but there's the purchasing side, which is CMS, which we purchase the gas.
Okay.
They're the one that goes out and buys the gas. I tell them how much, and they buy it through on the market for us. But this one here is TransCanada, which is our shipper, is I guess about the best way to say. So we need to be handling it right away, and I'll try to get some review done on it and get something sent to you guys through email, so we can have hopefully something ready for signature on September. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Kim.
Okay, comprehensive economic development strategy.
Yes, I think I gave everybody a copy of those. So, we work with Indiana 15 Regional Plan Commission for applying for grants. And so one of the things that we need to have is a list of projects that are a priority for Chrisney. The deadline for that list is September the 12th, so I wanted to make sure that I gave you a copy of what we've had in the past, and then other towns in the community, what some things that are on their list as well. So I gave you a copy of it. I don't know if you all want to discuss it tonight, but just wanted to make sure that we meet that deadline to turn that into them. So it's the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy list is what it's called. This is.
You said you turned that in on the 12th?
We need to turn it in by September the 12th. So if you want, you can take a look at it, take it home.
And then we'll just discuss it at the next
Yeah.
meeting. All right. Gas rate study.
All right, me again. Okay, so and John and Ben on this one too. Okay, so looking at our gas fund, every year I normally have to borrow from water to put in the gas fund. Normally we buy our gas and put it in storage in the summer, and hoping that we'll recoup those funds, in the winter and spring when those bills are due. But over time, we've not really been able to pay the water department back. Just because all of the other expenses that we have in the gas department, we have, of course, payroll, repairs and maintenance. We have a lot of those things that we have to keep up on, professional services that we have to get other people to help us, make sure that we meet expectations. So I was talking to Pat Callahan. He's our rate consultant. He does our gas tracker for us. So basically what that gas tracker does is that he looks at how much we pay for transportation, our gas, purchases of gas, and then what we're billing the customers. We will put a tracker on there. That is only to pay, that's only to keep up with what we're paying out in that regard. Nothing else as far as payroll and repairs and maintenance and those other things. So we haven't had a gas rate change since 2013. We've only changed the gas rate study every 3 months. So I'm asking, do you want to take a look at, or ask Pat to do a gas rate study so we can kind of see where we are on our expenses and, our receipts and disbursements over the years.
Yeah, because 12 years is quite a long time to go on that without having somebody review that.
Don't want to get too far behind on it.
Yeah.
Right.
State Board of Accounts, the last time they audited us, they did say that we probably need to look into a gas rate study. But over time, we just because of water and wastewater, raising those rates, we didn't want to raise rates. We try to keep our rates low because that's why we buy storage in the summertime. But the other things have increased, and we probably need to look at all expenses moving forward. So.
Do you need a motion to go ahead and have Pat do that for us? We got a motion to do a gas rate study. Got a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. I'm assuming this next one is for you, Kim. Also, the State Board of Accounts School.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that Jamie and I will be out of the office next Tuesday and Wednesday. We're attending State Board of Accounts school, so.
Ben didn't want to go to that? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Did I do okay on the gas rate study stuff? I didn't know if you all had anything to add to that.
No, I think
I mean, the amount of time it's been,
that in itself says it, but largely a lot of our stuff is the repairs and the professional services we're using. And everywhere the professional services are gone up, repairs gone up, and the cost of them. Fortunately, not that we're done, but we went through a lot of big dollar items. In the last 10 years, we've went through several big dollar items. But we'll still have some more valves out there no replacing and just general maintenance. But hopefully we're going to see a little bit of light at the end of this tunnel from the bigger dollar repairs that we've had. When we done a boiler, that's probably been 7 years ago. I think he's working with me part-time then. That thing was $30-some thousand. So, that was a large hit. It took a lot of money, and we don't gain the money back that quick,
Do we have any other business?
Anything on the festival that you need to report?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't.
I do have it on the list.
Okay.
I was just curious, like, I know the school
way that they're right now the drains. They're pushing to get that done. I'm assuming that how are they gonna cap that, like those pipes off and have it somehow go? Because right now, we're getting flooded out with rains.
Well,
When you come down the hill, that one little culvert that's right before the alleyway there. I don't know if that, just, I just remember as a kid, we just had more ditches, more ditch and less. And we're getting a lot of runoff onto us into the driveway, it's even affecting the backyard. But now with that school, what it's doing is our last about 5, 6 feet there, as you make that curve, we're gonna eventually have some wear away there. So, and I don't know, and that thing may go too early and see what, how we're finishing it up, but.
well,
Yes.
the drainage will come out there, and I mean, it has all the time. It is piped now to there, which makes it quicker, but it's the same amount. The area they're catching is the same amount. There is some ditching that needs to be done down both of them streets that help. And the alley you're referring to, just to the south of your property, is that correct? That alley?
You know, it's that alley between us and so-called Lord Smith's old place.
Yes, that's south of you.
So,
Yeah, that culvert probably does need to be opened up some because it's not much. I don't know, to be honest with you, how it actually drains on out.
yeah, I don't even, that's the thing, I'm like, I don't even know where that.
I never did. All of my years being here, I've never really seen where it went to. So that's. But what the school's done there is not really changed the amount of water. It will change the speed some, which that can have an effect. But honestly, it's the same amount of water. But the biggest thing is the ditch along them edges. And when we was weed eating this week, I looked at it and I said, we really need to do some ditching there and along North Street. It needs to be opened back up because that area is squeezing down, sliding down. That was done probably 15, 18 years ago when we ditched and worked on that street.
So is that water off the school going, I mean, is it overshooting the ditch right now or?
I don't see it overshooting the ditch. The pictures you showed me of it come down, I mean, you show the pictures, that's the best I can say.
What happens is where, like, so my mailbox sits here and that first pipe is right there. So where that first pipe is coming down, it doesn't overshoot until the kind of more a little bit past my driveway, but then it gets, that second pipe definitely is causing it to flow over the road and probably hitting like the last 5 to 6 feet of our corner and coming down our, our yard and then still hitting that ditch.
I didn't realize there was more than one pipe. I just seen that one.
With the sock on it, with the sock.
Yeah, I think-
Two of them.
Oh, okay.
There's two of them, and it comes, because it directed out of the yard in two spots. And
Right now, it's kind of just, this is right in the crossing the trail.
yes,
Yeah.
So you can see where it's starting to flood here.
Oh,
And then it's starting to come over here. About right here is where this second pipe is.
Oh, okay.
So as you can
all
see,
street,
it's coming
you know,
over.
which goes back to there.
My concern is.
That ditch line to there.
Right.
She's saying the water comes off.
Yeah, it's,
Comes across.
So you can see, I mean, right now the dirt is feeding off, because they don't have anything to make it sports off up there.
right.
But that's what my just concern is, like, are we gonna dig a little bit of that ditch again?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
with
Oh, we know we're on the other corner.
the rear, just trying to show. So we'll see right here, well, this is
Yeah.
flowing over, and then coming down, you've got all this flooding down.
Yeah.
there. So it's not gonna affect me, eventually down there, he's just, like he's saying, this is it.
Right.
This is the culvert I'm concerned with, which I'm saying, coming down the hill.
That's, I would just say that alley, yeah, the alley connection.
It's right there for that alley, which is causing all this to flood,
Yeah.
which is then causing this to run straight down into my driveway. Because like you said, I don't know where that goes to, if it's blocked somewhere and it's causing that.
It should.
Causing me to get all this water in my.
Went
And we
down
do
that
have,
ditch. I've
this is
never
all the
seen it.
drainage that we redid,
Yeah.
but we're still getting all this into the garage because of it. So, I don't know, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, we can look into as far as that ditch there, but I mean, until the school has that stuff finished, I mean, it's gonna just we kind of need to wait and see once they get full, cause I mean, if we'd go in right now, I feel like it's so right back.
I don't think they're covered now. They're up to, they filtered and gravelled their areas now. They've got their excess moved on. I mean, they've got that part done. They're fixing to go back with the fake grass. I want to call it, turf. Yeah. It's getting close on that positioning on it, I believe.
So are they leaving those pipes just sitting?
They're going to have to be cut off. That they honestly, the school didn't approach and get with me on it, but nobody talked about it. The water come out that way, and which I knew it did, but it does make it quicker coming there. But the ditch, if sufficient, will take it. But now our rains, things happening anymore or not. We used to say, oh, we had a big 2 or 3 inch rain over the last day. Well, 2 or 3 inch rain in a couple hours, what we're seeing. Things are not what they were, or the coming of the water is not like it was. And the ditches and what we've had, it had filled some, but they are not going to be sufficient in these circumstances where we're having these big rains. I think we can help some more down there. I really do, by getting some ditching.
Get it cleaned out. Yeah. No, it's from that, and then I mean, just driving through, you can tell there's, an area for improvement on that.
Definitely.
So
Because with the school, when now that they've taken possession of Mary Kay's place, are they planning, what they want to do as far as the whole, like, school turnaround and use us coming up and down?
I've heard that's what they wanted to, but whether that's going to be their final outcome, I don't know. Other than getting cleaned up, right now, that's where the town's been pushing on them, just to clean up and
The house.
maintain the property. Yeah, clean up the house and maintain the property.
I heard any more since that we had that meeting, with the chair, about what they were wanting to do.
yeah, there's a new superintendent.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
If
I
they
don't
could
know
change
if
stuff.
anything's changed or what, but no, we hadn't been approached by him with anything on that.
That time, thing.
Yeah, no. All right, is there any other business? Lynn, you wanna?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the Chrisney Fall Fest again, September 18th, 19th, and 20th. I was hoping that I would get some kind of schedule of events for this meeting, but I'll have to bring it the next meeting. But just wanted to make sure that we are still in support of that. I know we provide some financial help, help with the inflatables and things. We have that in receipted plan, so just want to make sure that was still okay for us to move forward with that.
Next meeting will be a regular meeting and also a budget hearing for September 8th. At 7 p.m. Is there any other business to be brought forth? I got a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
That one.
Oh, now it's turned on.